One of the things that struck me when I was researching for my novel Betrayed, a story of Palestine, past and present, was the extreme longevity of the Hebrew patriarchs in the Bible. Now, I'm not a Christian, but I did an awful lot of research for this book, and I looked right from the start of Genesis through to Joshua and up to the end of Judges to get a good picture of what was going on. And though I started off being interested in sonic technology, the idea that you can affect physical objects through sound, such as the Israelites marching around the city of Jericho and blowing their trumpets, and the sound caused the walls of Jericho to fall down, that was my main interest. But then I started looking at these extreme ages, and I thought, that's really weird. I mean, for example, just having a look at a page of Genesis at random, this is the Oxford edition of the Bible. This is Genesis 12. There's just an incredible amount of names which are preserved and places preserved, and also these extreme ages. For example, we've got here, these are the generations of Shem. Shem was 100 years old, and he begat Zarfax 2 years after the flood. And Shem lived after he begat Arphax 500 years and begat sons and daughters. And Zarfax lived 530 years and begat Salah, and Zarfax lived after he begat Salah 403 years and begat sons and daughters. And it just goes on and on and on. And the people I was writing about in my novel, because I was dealing with the fall of Jericho, such as Caleb and Joshua, they're recorded as living several hundred years old, and Noah was reported to have lived 900 years old. And it just amazed me that this Bible could preserve so much. For example, the places such as Hebron and Jericho, they've been excavated by archaeologists. And although the archaeological evidence tends to be a bit inconclusive because they built from mud huts in those days, obviously they got washed away in the rains, we still know from the evidence that there were cities going way, way back into prehistory. And it just astonishes me that you can have all these names that are still preserved from thousands of years previously. And if they preserved the places and the names, why would they not tell the truth about the ages? Because they're very precise. So, 521, 934 or whatever. So I wove this into the fabric of my novel, and I used the idea of the Ark of the Covenant, as well as possessing an extreme kind of power source, which would be sought after by all kinds of people today for obvious reasons. That the Ark also conveyed upon the people who were in charge of guarding it this extreme longevity, and I linked it to the idea of Dead Sea mud, which, as a lot of people will know, is reputed to have very rejuvenatory properties and is used in face packs and beauty treatments today. So one of my arch villains in the modern plot in Betrayed, Primula Porter, who's the female MD of a large pharmaceutical company, is after the heroine of my book, Charlotte Adams, who's translating the subplot in which the Ark of the Covenant is... the powers of the Ark of the Covenant are hijacked by the sister of Rahab, the prostitute who betrayed the city of Jericho to Joshua. Primula Porter is determined to get these rejuvenatory powers for herself. So I think it's quite an interesting idea because, let's face it, everybody is after extreme longevity, if not immortality, and along with it, the secrets of eternal youth. So I think it's a very interesting idea to merge this very ancient tradition of longevity with the modern ideas of the search for rejuvenation, eternal youth and immortality.